So, white people know. Oh, right. But then I leave my classroom and nobody knows who I am. I could just be your average, white lesbian walking down the street, and like, I could be anybody for all they know. And I think that that is sort of like the ultimate in white privilege, that, I have the ability, the luxury, whether I like it or not, to have people on the street not identify me as somebody who aligns myself with people of color. And, I can intellectually, I can say, like, I don't like white privilege, I don't accept it, I wish that I didn't have it. But in reality, in all of the systems of our society, I benefit from it. I have my entire life. That's how I've gotten to where I'm at. That's why when I've been poor, I haven't, totally lost it. It's because I've had access to all of these institutions of privilege because I'm white. And it's just such a funny, weird thing. Like today, I live in a mixed neighborhood, and what I like to call the front lines of gentrification. Oh my god, it's really horrible. And it's like my street is mixed, and then you go one street over, and it's 90% black. It's really intense. And so I went to the corner store that's that block up, get some pasta, get some lunch, like whatever. I walk in and it's packed. It's packed. It's lunchtime, and I'm the only white person in the entire room. So in class, white people look at me as a race traitor. Black folks who know me think about me as on their side. I've actually had people tell me before, like, oh, Lee, like, she gets it, she's down with us, like, it's cool, she's cool, so that's sort of the space I'm rejected from other white folks in some instances in my life. And then I come home in my neighborhood, I go across the street, I get some lunch, and immediately, bam, I'm not rejected, but clearly, like, folks, all those jealous guys on their lunch break were looking at me like, what the hell is she doing here? I made small talk. We were talking about the, SEPTA strike, our public transportation's on strike, and, oh, have you tried this juice, whatever. But I think that they were just sort of like, oh god, and I don't even know what they must think about me. I'm sure they assume that I'm, some rich college student living in the neighborhood, which I guess to some extent I am. And it's just a really funny and sort of hard place to navigate. I almost don't, this like intense sense of optimism is not waning, but it's a mighty large task ahead of us. And I sort of see it as my personal goal, as my work, to help reach white people, to help us get beyond this system. I think that we need it. I think that our system is failing. And I don't think that it will survive much longer unless something drastic happens. And I don't think that I'm, one person alone to save the world, but I do think that I have the ability to make an impact, and that's what I think I'm sort of here to do. It's a daunting task. I don't even know where to start. I guess just with my peers, but man, it's not easy. I feel really alone. I feel like, I don't really know where I fit in, or if I even do. I suppose that's my burden to bear. But I think it's worth it. I talked in one of my earlier blogs on leesimply.com about feeling the world and how there are sacrifices that I need to make for that. And I feel somewhat similarly about this, that I do sometimes feel like I trade in friendships, I walk through this world somewhat alone, very isolated, um, and it can get really lonely. But in exchange for that loneliness, I've gained so much, and I think that I have a lot to offer. I think these conversations are just beginning. I think the potential is huge, like just need some sunlight and some love, and it's just bound to bloom. So I guess that's what I'll leave you with.